Good morning, beautiful people. It is like 5:15, almost 5:20 in the morning. Almost. I am extremely upset. Extremely upset. I'm trying to bring it down a couple notches. Okay, my husband has been extremely ill. And we're trying to get to the bottom of what's causing this. He has rapid weight loss. He's hungry all the time, but he can't hold down any food. My husband's retired seizure alert service dog is out there. And I think mine is, where is he? He's way down there. Okay. Now, he can't hold down certain foods. He's so hungry all the time. I don't even think he's 115 pounds now, if that. We'll be lucky if he does weigh that much. He can't even hold down water. He's trying. And it almost, really, I can hear you all the way up over here. That was just rude, Rocky. He's like, it's 5:20 in the morning, lady. I have to use the bathroom. Okay. So I had to call the paramedics to take him to the hospital. Now, his insurance company covers for this particular hospital, and I'm going to name them. There's Seton Medical Center in Harker Heights, Texas. Now, his insurance company covers for them. So, but the point is that he's been going there for the past 3 years. And we try not to let him go out there that often because he already knows they're not going to do anything for seizures. They're not going to do anything for this or that. They're just not going to do it. So he gets pretty upset about it. Well, yesterday he was sitting here in the kitchen trying to eat. And it was just a little bit of pears. Just a little bit of pears. And he couldn't even hold that down. And he kept throwing up. So, of course, I'm calling the paramedics. They get out here and probably around 2:15, they take him up to the hospital out there to Seton. They get him out there. And he's out there, and he's out there, and he's out there. Finally, at 6:30, I called, and they said, no, he was up in the lobby. I went, oh, okay, I can send somebody out there to go get him. They said, no, he hasn't been discharged yet. They're still running more tests. But you just said he was up in the lobby. Okay, if you're still running more tests, wouldn't you have him up in the back in the emergency room department? Apparently not. Well, at 1:30 this morning, he had called me and said that he was discharged. I told him, I said, well, everybody's trying to get their beauty sleep and nobody's caring that you're at the emergency room department and have been discharged. Everybody's sleeping. He goes, okay, I understand. So, at 4:10 a.m., just a few hours later, I get a call from an officer from the Harker Heights Police Department stating that I need to come get my husband. I was like, why? Did he do something? Is he up there hooting and hollering up in the lobby of the hospital? They were like, no, he's pretty quiet. He's sitting here at the corner minding his own business and blah, blah, blah. I said, okay, then what's the problem? Apparently, Seton Medical Center, they have changed their policies now. You can't even sit there 5 minutes, and the security guard is going to rouse you up and send you out. I told this police officer, Rocky, come. Yeah, exactly what I thought. You want to go in, little girl? Come on, my little girl. Come on. There you go, my little girl. She's so old. Well, oh, that coffee smells so good. I opened up the back door. I need to get back inside so I can have my cup of coffee. Well, they want to turn around and say this and that about him. So I was like, listen. He goes, I'm so sorry to be calling you at this time in the morning. This man had me so darn panicked and everything. Okay, Harker Heights Police Department, you need to work in your policies and how you're going to talk to family members up on the phone, especially at that time of the morning. Yeah, me panicked. I was almost in tears thinking that something happened to my husband. Okay, but that's beside the point. And so I had talked to the officer. I said, listen, my husband doesn't even weigh 115 pounds. Not even 115 pounds. He can barely walk. He doesn't have his cane. He doesn't have his walker with him. He's not going to be able to stand up, let alone to walk up out there. I'm sure he is just sitting there being very quiet. He was like, yeah, he's very quiet. But the hospital just wants to know what time he's going to be leaving. I told him because of his health insurance company, I could not contact them till after 7 a.m. And he goes, well, don't they have a 24-hour number? I said, they do, but not for the ride department. Because the ride department could be, they can route my call to the West Coast. And nobody's going to answer at this time of the morning because it goes directly to the person's house that works for the insurance company. It's not like they're going to an office building. It's rerouted to, as soon as you say ride department, it's rerouted to the person's house. And hurry up, Rocky. Hurry up, my baby. And so I told him earliest I can do is between 7 a.m. and 8 a.m. I can't do it any earlier than that. But I just called up there to the Seton Medical Center. I left a voicemail with the patient advocacy department. Why is that so hard to say? Probably because it's like 5:30 in the morning and I haven't had my coffee yet. And I've been up since 4:10. I told this police officer, I was like, well, just explain it to them. I'm like trying to do this and so on and so on. He goes, I will. So when I called the patient advocacy, I left a voicemail stating I didn't appreciate their policies and you got an overzealous security guard. It's not like my husband was pitching a tent out there in front of the hospital, let alone in the lobby. It's not like he wants to be there. He has to be there. He has to be there. His insurance company has 100% paid for him for each and every visit to the emergency room department. I can understand if they didn't, then kick him to the curb and say, oh, we're not a charity hospital. Because I told the nurse when I called back there in the emergency room department just a few minutes ago, I was like, listen, I don't care. I could be in the worst accident in my life in front of that hospital. I could be like turning around and, Rocky, what are you doing over there by the weights? What are you doing? Stop eating grass. Sound like a cow. You're a Great Pyrenees mix, not a cow. Stop chewing on grass. So, I flat out told the nurse there in the ER, I was like, listen, my guts could be hanging out. I could be there on the side of the road in a ditch in front of the hospital. if the paramedics said, oh, you're right here in front of the hospital, they'll stabilize you, da 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 da. So, no, let me die. I am not going to Seton. My husband's never going there again. My kids aren't going there again. I'd much rather be dead on the side of the road. I told that lady up at the emergency room, I was like, listen, you guys are changing your policies. This is going to make people run away from the hospital instead of running to the hospital. And yuck. My dog is over there. Bleh, bleh, bleh. Everywhere. Rocky. Yuck. Well, you ain't giving me no tomatoes. Yeah. So, like I was trying to say, they're going to start losing patients. And the word of mouth will get out faster than any social media site for Seton. I told her, I said, you might as well start looking for a job now, because within the next 5 years, that hospital is going to be closed. And it's due to their policies. It's not due to anything I say or anything like that. Word of mouth is going to get out and what their policies are, and people aren't going to like it, and people will take their business elsewhere. I'm telling you, it's going to happen. I give it 1 year of them still holding on to the policies that they have now, and I guarantee it, within 5 years, that hospital will be shut down. It was like Metroplex Hospital because of their policies and how they work and everything of that sort. It's not Metroplex Hospital anymore. They were bought out by Advent Hospital. And I was like, oh boy. Now I can name another hospital that was bad, horrible, way back in the 70s. But they have changed. They've changed a lot of their policies. But due to certain things now, they're getting that bad reputation back. And I'm thinking to myself, oh boy, it's not going to work with this other hospital either. I don't care how many therapy dogs you bring in. It's not going to work. It's going to start from the top, from the generals down to all the captains and everything else. They're running this hospital, but that's beside the point. What are you doing? I hear you snipping. What are you doing? Now, anybody out there that owns a Great Pyrenees or a Great Pyrenees mix knows what I am going through. Into everything. He's not quite 2. He'll be 2 in December. Hey. Nah. No. Get. Will understand what I'm going through in trying to train a Great Pyrenees mix. He will, because his dad is 100% Pyrenees with papers. We're not questioning that or anything. But this dog has got some huge paws upon him. Huge paws. I mean, his paws are so darn big and everything. His front paws are about as big as my feet. I got little feet. I wear a size 5, but that's beside the point. But he's got some pretty big paws. And him constantly giving me the pure paw, or my husband the pure paw. I'm like, good Lord. It hurts. But he's my baby, and I love him. I'm still trying to train him. And everybody's like, Great Pyrenees, they're so stubborn, blah, blah, blah. No, they're not stubborn. They're independent thinkers. They like to think Let's see if it's going to work out that way for them. But it's just how Great Pyrenees, even the mix Great Pyrenees are. He's a good dog, though. I can't say anything bad about him. He's out there by the rose bush. But and he's not a little robot. Or thinking that one or two commands and they'll get it. No, that's not how it works. Especially with certain livestock guardian breeds. If you're over there eating grass again, I'm going to get so upset with you. Get away from there. Rock. Get away from there, Rocket Man. Don't look at me like that. Leave a comment down below. Tell me what y'all would do. And I'm starting from the bottom before I go up to the top. Now, that's not how I was trained. I was always trained to go from the top down to the bottom. But I will start from the bottom. I will work my way up to the top. I'm going to start following complaints. Local, state, federal, about Seton Medical Center. Y'all have got some horrible policies. And I understand. These are your policies now. Keep having those policies. Keep having them. In 1 year, still have those policies. You're going to see that you're going to have to lay off so many employees from Seton Medical Center Hospital in Harker Heights, Texas, because you're not going to be bringing in that income like you were before. You're going to have to start laying off employees within 1 year. Within 5 years, that hospital will be closed. If you hold on to these same policies that you're enacting within 1 year, if they're not gone, and y'all don't sit each and every employee down to have a big old powwow about what y'all need to do to understand people. Oh, come on. My husband's not even 115 pounds, and that's being generous. And I'm saying 115 pounds. 115 pounds. He can't walk. He's not getting the nourishment he needs desperately, or even wants for his body. You just give him a few little pills, do a whole bunch of lab work, and say, go home. What person is going to come pick him up at 1:30 in the morning? I know I can. I got a valid driver's license. But due to my car got totaled a few years ago. Somebody not knowing how to drive in snow and ice ran into my car that was parked. Ran into my car, totaled my car. Oh, good Lord. It was horrible. Horrible. But I'm grateful that nobody was in my car at the time, because they would have been severely injured. But I'm grateful that nobody was up in the car. And I love that the sun is coming up. It's got to be going on like 5:45. I'm not for sure. Not yet, but I need to go get a cup of coffee. Alright, beautiful people, leave a comment down below. If you have a problem with Seton itself, not just the one here in Harker Heights, Texas. I don't care if it's in Florida. I don't care. It could be blah 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 hospital in blah 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 in Timbuktu. Let me know. Put a comment down below. Tell me. And so, but I prefer to hear about Seton, so that way we can, because I told this nurse, I said, if you treat one patient like this, one patient, like y'all are treating my husband, just one patient, and you get away with it, then you're going to start treating others like that, and others like that, and others like that, till you run across the wrong person, and that person is going to start running their mouth. Hello, I'm running my mouth. You know, I'm my husband's advocate, and I'm there for him. Yeah, my husband's like 115 pounds, can barely walk, and you want to call Harker Heights Police Department on my husband at 4 something in the morning, knowing that everybody is getting their beauty sleep. And I even told that nurse, I said, listen, he has no wallet on him. And having no wallet on him means he doesn't have his cards on him, he doesn't have no cash on him, and let alone he doesn't have his cell phone on him to even try to call an Uber to get his butt back home. It's not gonna happen. But y'all want to act like you're high and mighty. That's... Excuse you. Damn, that coffee smells good. I'm gonna get back in there and have my cup of coffee. What, baby? What? Guard duty again. I don't hear no coyotes. This morning. See? There's no coyotes out here yipping and everything else. There was a while back. And it was along the fence line, like that fence line. Right there. And he was running back and forth and kept coming up over here to me and pushing me with his nose, trying to get me up inside the house. And so I went up inside the house, and when I did, there's a shade up on the back door. So I opened up the shade, and I had seen him patrolling along there. He was listening to the coyotes. He was not going to have the coyotes turn around and start anything. And I was like, oh, look at my baby. He's only half, and he wants to go after the coyotes. What, my baby? What, my baby? And this is like triggering for a lot of people, you know? And like I was telling the nurse, I guarantee you do it to one patient, y'all get away with it, and then you're going to be doing it to a lot more patients. This is going to stop. It will stop. And I'm the one who's going to make it stop. Y'all are not going to be doing that to my husband. It's just not going to happen. That's not. Because it's called karma. What y'all are doing to my husband, I guarantee you, some point in your life it's going to happen to you too. But see, people don't see it that way at the moment. They really don't. Oh, it's only policy. I'm doing what my policy says I need to do. Okay, I understand that. But what you are doing to this person, I guarantee you somebody's going to do it to you too. I'm sitting here holding on to my dog's little... It's like a pull strap. It's not actually... Well, in a way it is. So... But I'm sitting here holding on to it. So that way he's calming for me. Very calming. And then he stands over me half the damn night. Literally. Stands over me. His back legs are on one side of my body. His front legs are on the other side of my body. He's just standing over me. I'm like, what are you doing? I wake up and there he is. All I see is his stomach and his business. I'm like, what are you doing? And then I realized I probably had a dream, a nightmare or something. And he knew it. And that's why he was trying to comfort me. Yeah. my rocket. Oh, let me get mad at him and I'll call him my little rocket man. Especially when we had that ice storm earlier this year. Run around the yard. Run around the yard. And I'm like, you don't even have long fur. And you're running around the yard like, woohoo, I ain't got a good year in the world, woohoo. He loved it. And I'm out here going, fussing at him, telling him, get up inside the house, get in, come by. And he wouldn't come by. And I'm like, okay, he's not a cattle dog. He is a livestock guardian dog, but he's not a cattle dog. And he just looked at me like, huh, what's come by? So I was like, there. And that one he knew. I was like, come here, little rocket man. So I stuck. Yes, he is known as my little rocket man as soon as he makes me mad. Yeah, compost pile. Stay up out there. Come on, Mommy needs to go in and get a cup of coffee. All right, beautiful people. Like I said, leave a comment down below and tell me what y'all would do. All right. Y'all come back now, you hear.